Leviticus 1:9. Then the priest will burn the entire sacrifice on the altar as a burnt offering. It is a special gift, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. Father, thank you for being holy yet near to us. Teach us to offer our whole lives to you, our worship, work, relationships, and our weaknesses. We receive your forgiveness with gratitude and choose to walk in obedience and reverence before you. Amen. Divine reading, Leviticus chapter 4, verses 27 to 31. As we read the passage slowly, let us notice the repeated actions: confession, sacrifice, blood, forgiveness, and pay attention to the final phrase, "they will be forgiven." NKJV, Leviticus 4:27 to 31. If anyone of the common people sins unintentionally by doing something against any of the commandments of the Lord in anything which ought not to be done, and is guilty, or if his sin which he has committed comes to his knowledge, then he shall bring as his offering a kid of the goats, a female without blemish, for his sin which has committed, and he shall lay his hand on the head of the sin offering and kill the sin offering at the place of the burnt offering. Then the priest shall take some of its blood with his finger, put it on the horns of the altar of burnt offering, and pour all the remaining blood at the base of the altar. He shall remove all its fat, as fat is removed from the sacrifice of the peace offering, and the priest shall burn it on the altar for a sweet aroma to the Lord. So the priest shall make atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven him. NIV, Leviticus 4:27 to 31. If any member of the community sins unintentionally and does what is forbidden in any of the Lord's commands, when they realize their guilt and the sin they have committed becomes known, they must bring as their offering for the sin they committed a female goat without defect. They are to lay their hand on the head of the sin offering and slaughter it at the place of the burnt offering. Then the priest is to take some of the blood with his finger and put it on the horns of the altar of burnt offering and pour out the rest of the blood at the base of the altar. They shall remove all the fat, just as the fat is removed from the fellowship offering, and the priest shall burn it on the altar as an aroma pleasing to the Lord. In this way, the priest will make atonement for them, and they will be forgiven. Message version, Leviticus 4:27 to 31. When an ordinary member of the congregation sins unintentionally, straying from one of the commandments of God which must not be broken, he is guilty. When he is made aware of his sin, he shall bring a goat, a female without any defect, and offer it for his sin. Lay his hand on the head of the absolution offering and slaughter it at the place of the whole burnt offering. The priest will take some of its blood with his finger, smear it on the horns of the altar of whole burnt offering, and pour the rest at the base of the altar. Finally, he'll take out all the fat, the same as with the peace offerings, and burn it on the altar for a pleasing fragrance to God. In this way, the priest makes atonement for him, and he is forgiven. Let us reflect. This passage speaks of unintentional sin and God's gracious provision for restoration. Sin is acknowledged honestly, but forgiveness is clearly promised. God invites responsibility without condemnation and provides a way back to fellowship. Let us respond in genuine prayer. Holy Father, I confess the sins I often overlook or excuse. Thank you for providing a way of forgiveness. Teach me to take sin seriously and grace gratefully. Cleanse my heart and restore my joy in you. Amen. Let us sit quietly with the words, they will be forgiven and rest in God's mercy. Let us receive His forgiveness without striving. Today, let us practice humble confession and grateful obedience, and extend the same grace we have received to others.